My name is Dwayne Brhamdeow. I'm 22 years old and I'm a survivor of suicide. Growing up in Guyana with my family and my school life has been very tough and a struggle. At the age of 6, my father left me and my mom, she moved out from the home. I grew up and spent most of my time with my father's parents, especially my grandfather. My mom, I lived with her, but when I lived with her, I saw her being abused by many men who were my stepfathers. I saw her being abused by them. I saw her beaten every day, and there was nothing I could do. And when I moved back with my father's parents, because I've been with them like back and forth, from my mom to them, then from my mom back to them. When I moved back with my father's parents, I was so depressed. And there was so much going on. And the most heart-rending moment is when I found out I had chronic epilepsy at the age of 16. I never knew what chronic epilepsy was. I'm the only person in my family that has chronic epilepsy. And it's been very tough since I never knew what it was. And the medication I was given wasn't always helping. And I've been on medication from another to the next, and I couldn't take it. I went to a point of stop using my medication, and I used to get constant seizure attacks a lot. My family, they never understood me, they never understood what I was going through, they never understood my sickness. And it was so traumatizing to know that they never stopped to ask if I'm okay, if everything is all right. And I just needed someone to talk to. My mom and I got in an argument and she hit me, I hit my head, and I fell unconscious. And my uncle was out there and he decided to drag my unconscious body from one corner to the next where I lived. And he left me in an empty yard filled with bushes. And I awoke 2 in the morning when rain fell. And I didn't know why. How could he do something like that? They never understood me and what I was going through. I wrote my first note and I decided to take my life. After they saw the note and they laughed and they said that something is wrong with me and that I do not want to die, because if I wanted I would have done it, and I did it. I woke in the hospital and I was alive. When I did what I had to do, that moment, I was so definite that that's what I want to do. I want to die. But after I took it, I regretted it. But I'm alive now. And I have an aunt who's very supportive of me and she tries her best to understand me, but it's still not enough. And I went home and everything from the hospital, and I fell into a depressed state again. And that time when my uncle dragged me across the road, I had to sit my exams the following day and there was so much blood everywhere. My bottom was bruised and bleeding, and I had to go and do my exams, and that time I couldn't sit, I had to kneel. And I did my exams, I tried my best, but it wasn't enough because I had constant seizure attacks during that exam time. And I kept asking myself, why me? I spent many nights crying, trying to find out why me, why am I going through all of this? Is there somebody out there to help me? And I attempted to take my life again and again and again. I attempted 4 times. When I got in contact with Lisa, who is the president of Prevention of Teenage Suicide, Guyana, I didn't know that there was such an organization, that they're doing this kind of work in Guyana. And she met me and she hugged me and she said, come to a meeting. I didn't know what the meeting was. I went to the meeting, and to my surprise, our organization was established as Guyana. And at first I felt as an outsider because I was afraid of what people would think, because I've been shunned by my family due to my sickness. So when I met persons, I never told them because my family would say that my sickness is an embarrassment to the family. Due to me having seizure attacks, I'm embarrassing my family. So I never told anyone, and I was different from everyone else. And I tried my best to cope with it, but I couldn't do it alone. I needed help. My mom, she never understood me. She still doesn't understand me. And she wasn't a good parent. I've moved from home to home numerous occasions, and Lisa and Guyana has helped me a lot, because there were days when I was in the organization as the operations advisor and I was still battling and trying my best to cope, to understand, to achieve this way of thinking that, I'm going to be all right, but I wasn't going to be all right. And they came late nights and helped me, and they even kept a party for me when it was my 21st birthday, which was so amazing of them. I would always remember what Guyana has done for me. And I just want others to know that they can get help, because I've been through it and I've been saved and I'm alive to tell you my story. I've been through everything. I ran away from home. I struggled with my education because I wanted to be a person that excels in my family, since the male side of the family never did well in school and only the females. And I really couldn't accept failure, because if I did, suicidal thoughts would run to mind. And I just want you all to know that you can get help. And I know that you're crying and you're yearning for the help. You're out there trying to find the help, and no one is helping. No one is seeing the sign. And I know it's very tough and hard, but you will get through it. You will pull through it. You can speak to anyone, speak to someone, even if it's your friend in school, speak to them. And others watching, you must know that we must be our brother's keeper. Guyana has the highest suicide rate in the world per capita. And Guyana, we're working hard to achieve zero suicide. And we're working endlessly and tirelessly to get the suicide rate down to zero. I thank Guyana so much for helping me, and I'm glad I could share my story to help others. I know that you might say that my problems might not be the same as yours, but it's all the same. There is no little problem, there is no big problem, there's just a problem. And it must be fixed. And depression comes on quickly, because I've been depressed. Been depressed due to my sickness, been depressed due to my family, who played a major role in my depression, and been depressed by everyone around me who treated me unfairly, treated me terribly. And I just want you to know that you can get help, and that's not the end. You must fight. And we all must be our brother's keeper and help each other out. We must fight to overcome the suicidal thoughts. Potscan has helped me, and due to them, I can now say that I don't feel that way anymore. Because as I said, even though I was in the organization getting the help, I still felt as if this wasn't enough and I had to go. I had to leave. I couldn't take it anymore. If I wasn't around, maybe everything would go well for everyone. But no, it's time to look after you and do things for your interests. So seek help, get in contact with a friend, especially if you do not want to speak to your parents. If you do not want to speak to a professional person, speak to a friend who will get people to help. Lisa has helped me a lot. Potscan has helped me. Dr. Harry has helped me. And I'm happy to be here and say that I now take my medication. I haven't had an epileptic attack in a very long time. And I'm happy to be alive. And in Potscan, we say stay alive and say yes to living. So I'm glad to be here to let you guys know, because I could have been gone a long time ago. I attempted to take my life 4 times, and I wanted to know why I'm still alive. So I'm still alive for a reason, to share my story and to let people know that they can get help. I now work at the Ministry of Social Protection as a data entry clerk. I am a University of Guyana student, and I love my life. So just letting you guys know, seek help again. You can always message Potscan on our Facebook page, Prevention of Teenage Suicide Guyana, and we will offer you the help